Job. So, die Auslosung ist gemacht. Sie haben Ihr Letzter soweit unsere Kennzeichen. Auf Bord 2. Walpen Marcel gegen Nando Schnebel, Marcel Walpen, Bord 2. Bord 3. Fönzi, Lukas Dalman. Lukas Dalman, Fönzi, Bord 3. Auf Bord 4. Nika Flütiger, Ray Wagner. Ray Wagner, Nika Flütiger, auf Bord 4. Bord 5. Stefan Bellmont, setzt Hagen. Setzt Hagen, Bellmont Stefan, auf Bord 5. Bord 6. Stefan Hettler, Raymond Käser. Raymond Käser, Stefan Hettler, Bord 6. Bord 7. Sven Gleiber, Dominik Fritschi. Dominik Fritschi, Sven Gleiber, auf Bord 7. Bord 8. Geber Sven, Janik Lüdi. Janik Lüdi, Sven Geber, auf Bord 8. Bord 9. Andi Gress, hallo Marco. Marco Haller, Andi Gress, auf Bord 9. Bord 10. Jochen Graudenz, Martin Kritscher. Martin Kritscher, Jochen Graudenz, auf Bord 10. Bord 11. Stefan Wilkensen, Sebastian Hilscher. Sebastian Hilscher, Stefan Wilkensen, auf Bord 11. Bord 12. Luigi Rümlang, Alex Lettenpark, Fabian Imacher. Fabian Imacher, Alex Lettenpark, Bord 12. Bord 13. Richard Ramon, Rachid Johuschka. Rachid, Richard Ramon, Bord 13. Bord 14. Schions Felix, Alex Zivanovic. Alex Zivanovic, Schions Felix, auf Bord 14. Bord 1. Rob Bauer, Mark Bissel. Mark Bissel, Rob Bauer, auf Bord 1. Bord 15. Jan Frieder, Elisandro. Elisandro, Frieder Lang, auf Bord 15. Bord 16. Rocco Wunschniti, Team Flüchtiger. Team Flüchtiger, Rocco Wunschniti, auf Bord 16. Die Schreiber. Auf dem ehemaligen Bord, wo gespürt worden ist. Roman Löffel, Manuel Herzog, Mitch Klaus, Fernando Migliore, Marvin Hornstein, Beat Blüß, Adrian Havexer, Pascal Hausbier, Stolli, Jamie Wohlhalter, Luigi Cascarina, Daniel Borchmann, Elis Ibrahimoski, Jakob Jarmann, Franco Trombetta, Jakob Malu.
Bullseye. First leg is rock to for first, game on. '81. 140. 100. 100. 28.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the live stream from the knockout
45.
stage of SDC Tour Event 16. We joined watching Rock Bahor against Marc Bichel in their last 16 game, first of 4 legs, of course.
60.
We're joining this one in the first leg, Rock Bahor throwing first. Give you a quick preview of some of the other last 32 games that we've got going
100.
on around the boards. It's going to be myself and James Wilkinson giving you the coverage for the rest of the afternoon. So strap yourselves in
140.
for a long afternoon of some high quality
Mark, you
darts.
require
As we've just
116.
seen Rock Bahor with the 140 to get himself back in control of this leg if Marc Bichel can't take out tops.
76.
The 116
Mark,
combo.
you require 92.
So as I said, just a quick summary from a couple of the highlight games that are going on around the board. Got an interesting game on board 3, Daniel van Olmen against Lucas
Mark,
Dahlmann.
you require 40.
A fairly even game, you'd say, that one between two good quality players. You've got Stefan Bellmont against
30.
Hagen Zentz. The German currently
Mark,
one
you
leg up
require
on
60.
Stefan Bellmont there. Andy Bless against Marco Haller. Andy Bless will be disappointed with his performances yesterday, not to make it to the final. Man who's had such extreme success in such a short period of time with the SDC. Jochen Graudenz currently 1-0 up, averaging 100 against Patrick Vlichard over on board 10.
6.
And Alexander Zavanovic currently 2 legs
Mark,
down
you require 16.
to Felix Schutz. As both players here are having a bit of double trouble.
No score.
As Rock again busts
Mark,
his
you
score.
require 4.
Several opportunities now wasted for Rock to hold throw in this opening leg.
No score.
We know Marc Bichel is a reliable performer,
Mark,
a reliable
16.
man to get into the deep stages of the tournaments, the last 16s, the quarterfinals, but he's certainly passing up some early opportunities to break here.
No score.
Rock Bahor gives him 3 more
Mark, you
darts,
require
3 more
4.
chances. Very nervy opening leg between the two of them.
Game shot in the first leg.
Finds
Mark
it, last dart in hand, Marc Bichel.
Second leg
After 2 darts that weren't great markers.
Game on.
He finds it. That'll be frustrating for Rock. All those missed chances. They weren't convincing darts at double from Marc Bichel either. That doesn't matter, it's an opening leg
60.
break. Marc Bichel won't care.
45.
Blessed with a really high quality field of participants today.
100.
Really exciting tournament, really exciting time for Swiss darts. I'd be silly not to mention something that, obviously, just looking through the feed and some of the results
59.
from the morning's games, we've had a 10-dart leg this morning in the SDC. We all dream of that perfect 9, but Alex Fellman
85.
had a 10-dart leg earlier this morning, leaving his opponent on 365. Some standard of darts.
22.
Speaking of some standard of darts, if you didn't catch any of yesterday's action, it was a return to the victory ring for Jochen Graudenz, a last leg decider against Stefan Bellmont.
26.
I'd be rude not to talk about his bull 12 bull checkout to win the game. If you haven't seen it, head over to YouTube, watch Jochen Graudenz go for his signature bull single number bull checkout, because this one, with the
36.
pressure that was on it, was a real treat. And it really meant something to Graudenz. You could see the celebration, you could see the emotion behind those darts.
180.
Speaking of great quality darts, Marc Bichel hits a 180 at a perfect time there to leave the bullseye himself. Rock Bahor a long way back in this leg, but I'm not sure Marc Bichel will go for it.
100. Mark, you require 50.
Rock's a dangerous player. Doesn't go for it. Just tees up double 16.
Game short in the second leg.
No double
Mark
trouble in this
Bichel.
leg for Marc Bichel.
Third leg is
Coolly checks out
first.
50.
Game on.
For an 18 dart holder throw. And trouble for Rock Bahor. Missed his chances in the first leg. Had no chances in the second leg.
100.
We'll be looking to put that right and get his first leg on the board in this last 16 game.
83.
As I said, a quick mention of the quality on display. We've had a great weekend. We've had a great tournament yesterday already. And hopefully a sign of good things to come today.
40.
We've got the likes of Marcel Walpen in action, Felix Schiertz in action, Stefan Bellmont again in action today, Andy Bless too, Rocco Fulciniti, of course.
56.
Graudenz, a real packed quality field. And by the looks of things, all of those gentlemen should be sailing through into the last 16 rounds. We've got Felix Schiertz 3-0 up, Marcel Walpen 3-0 up, Rocco Fulciniti 2 legs to 0 up. All going well so far for the top seeds, the big names. Alex Fellman 2-0 up on Fabian Liemacher.
22. $81.
Could you watch this PowerPoint real quick?
46. Mark, you require 100.
As Rock is really struggling in this leg as well on throw. Just hasn't been able to match Marc Bichel in terms of the treble hitting. Mark's just been a little bit too ruthless for him.
107.
Quick glance at the scores for
check
Rock.
117.
Won't be pretty reading to see that he's 100 points behind. Make that 200 points behind.
26.
And replies with a breakfast.
Require 24.
Things not going the way of Rock Bahor so far.
Third leg, Marc Bichel. Fourth leg is Mark to for first. Game on.
So 3-0 to the good for Marc Bichel. As he looks to be in cruise control here. To book his place in the last 16.
45.
Speaking of people who've booked their places in the last 16, Mr. Marcel Walpen in the background there, a 4-0 victor. Running out. First man to win his last 32 tie. Not for the first time, won't be for the last time. But he sails on through. 4-0.
96. 60.
Elsewhere around the boards, we've got an interesting game on, let's have a look, board number 15, Frida Lang
60.
against Sandro Egli, currently 2-1 to Frida Lang. Good quality contest that. Both men averaging around that 70 marker. Frida Lang averaging 73 after the 3 laps.
38.
Rock Bahor yet to really put any points on his average. He struggled with those missed starts at double in the first leg.
80.
And really hasn't clawed his way back into this game, hasn't increased the standard of his play after that poor first leg display. His darts have been in good areas, just hasn't had enough trebles.
47.
He looks quite likely when his first dart's just above the treble, but too regularly it hasn't been. And Mark Michel's
60.
just found trebles on a more regular basis.
$60.
Another 60 there from Rock Bahor isn't gonna do anything to bring that deficit between the two players down. Mark Michel would love another treble 20 there.
140.
Finds it to leave double 10. Brilliant setup play from Mark Michel. You think he may have plenty of time to check out this double 10.
60.
Yeah, no finish
Marty
left from Rock
required
Bahor.
20.
So Mark Michel to see his way through into the last 16.
18.
He'll be joining Rocco Fulciniti in the last 16. He's just come through his game 4-0. As a couple of the games are entering the business stage.
34.
Quick update on a
Marty
couple of games from around the
required
board.
2.
Stefan Bellmont 2-2 with Hagen Zentz. Looks like a good game
shot
unfolding there.
match for Mark Bichsel.
As Mark Michel wraps up the finishing touches. Finishes on the Madhouse, of course. What better way to seal the sign of a good performance? But Mark Michel goes cruising through 4-0. Overcoming Rock Bahor, who never really got through the gears, did he? He had a slow start to the game, missing those doubles, and never went through the gears, never increased his scoring, never came close really to challenging Mark Michel in all of those legs after the first one. Disappointing display from him there, but Mark Michel's an experienced man, average 73 there. A good clinical performance from him. A couple of the games that I'll quickly cover for you now. Lucas Dahlmann, Daniel van Olmen. Looks as though it could be going to a last leg decider. Lucas Dahlmann currently 3-2 up there, so 2 opportunities to win that game. Throwing first in this leg. Daniel van Olmen would have advantage of throw if it goes to a final leg. And Daniel van Olmen hits a 180. First 3 darts. We've seen a 10 darter from Alex Feldman. Can Daniel van Olmen treat us to a 9? I'm sure we'd all love to see it. We're not going to be treated to the 9 from Daniel van Olmen. He follows his 180 with 41. Really interesting game unfolding between Stefan Bellmont and Hagen Zentz. We've seen Hagen Zentz a couple of times on the live stream boards. He got blown away by Graudenz, I think, in SDC Tour event 12 or 13. But he's really playing well here. He's averaging 70. He's left double 10 after 15 darts. In this 5th leg, he'll be relying on Stefan Bellmont to miss 3 at double 8. But let's see, he's applied the pressure with 40 ton his last 3 scoring visits. Stefan Bellmont doesn't miss 3 at double 8. Check second dart in hand, goes 3-2 up. And again, we'll be in that position where he's got 2 opportunities to win the leg and seal his spot in the last 16. Good to see Hagen Zentz with a strong performance, though. He's a man myself and James have often considered, a challenger to some of these bigger players. He hasn't always produced his best quality darts. I wouldn't say that game against Graudenz, he played particularly poorly, but looks as though he's in much better form today. I suppose you have to be against the likes of Stefan Bellmont to come close and take legs off him. That's certainly what he's doing. Frieda Lang game, the Frieda Lang Sandro Egli game hasn't dropped in standard from earlier. Both players still averaging mid-70s. Frieda Lang's actually put points on his average, up to 75. Currently sat at 2-2. Sandro Egli on double 9. Frieda Lang on tops. Egli misses his chances. Misses 3 darts at double. Will Frieda Lang let him off? Or will Frieda Lang put himself 3-2 up? And in a good spot to go through to the last 16 as well. Frieda Lang goes inside on top on 20s, 10s and 5s. Leaves himself single 5. Not good from Frieda. We know Frieda Lang's prone to missing those big numbers, but inside and all three doubles there in a clutch moment. And Sandra Eggley cleans up. He's now 3-2 to the good. Could be the last three darts that Hagensense throws in his match against Stefan Bellmont. Stefan Bellmont hits two 140s in the sixth leg. Leaves 80 after 12 darts. And Hagensense on 200 plus. You know what we say about the checkout 80 though? Does not get consumed even by the best players. So I'm predicting Stefan Bellmont will not check 80 here. Does check 80 in three darts. Thank you, Stefan Bellmont. 15 dart break of throw to seal his place in the last 16. Brilliant performance from Bellmont there by the looks of things. Mika Flugiger also will be in the last 16 after a 4-2 victory over Ray Wagner. Good to see Mika have a deep run in the tournament this weekend. Blown away by Matthias Jost, of course, in tour event 14. Matthias Jost not here this weekend, disappointingly. Always bolsters the standard of the events when that man appears. If you're watching wherever you are today, wishing him all the best, Matthias. So we're just down to 4 games left in the last 32. All nicely posed. A couple of games at 3-2. Daniel von Allmen, Lucas Dahlmann. Mentioned at the start, it could be a tight one. It's going all the way. It's 3 legs apiece. Allmen with advantage of throw. But don't count off Lucas Dahlmann. Averaging 70 after 6 legs. It's a good standard of game. He's 4 points higher on the averages. But that won't necessarily be enough to guarantee him darts in this leg on the Allman throw. We talked about Frieda Lang missing those darts at tops and tens. He'll buy himself plenty more darts at double in this leg, leaving 32 after 15 darts. Great standard of game. Great comeback from Frieda Lang after missing those darts at double as well. Composure maybe isn't a word that you'd always associate with Frieda, but he has that real gun quality. You know, started this leg ton 60, 140. And checks double 16, first dart, 16 dart hold. Sorry, 16 dart break, my mistake. So it will now be Frieda Lang throwing first in the decider against Sandra Eggley. Good luck both. Frieda Lang really has gone through the gears here, starting with a ton. His scoring power over the last leg and a half. It's been mighty impressive. Daniel von Allmen, Lucas Dahlmann still nicely poised. Allman's scoring's just vanished a little bit. Last 2 scores in the 20s. Lucas Dahlmann goes 83.95. So Dahlmann now favourite for the leg. 137 plays 195. Little word on Stefan Hackler. He looks also to be booking his place in the last 16. Currently 3-1 up on Limo Kaiser. And has darts now to win that match, 3 at double 16. And Lucas Dahlmann has come through against Daniel von Allmen. A 20 dart breaker throw in that 7th leg there. And a lovely 94 combination. 2 darts. Treble 18 tops. Good darts from Lucas Dahlmann. Knocks out Daniel von Allmen. What was a good quality affair there. Stay tuned for more live darts coming up in the next 10 minutes or so. And we'll be talking you through some of these last 16 encounters.
Stefan Heffler, Sven Reiter. Sven Reiter, Stefan Heffler auf Board 1. Schreiber, Roman Löffel. Board 4. Ewald Sven, Andi Bless. Andi Bless, Sven Ewald auf Board 4. Schreiber 6 Tage. Auf Board 11. Jochen Graudenz, Stefan Dickinson. Stefan Dickinson, Jochen Graudenz auf Board 11. Schreiber Roman Kessler. Raymond Kessler, sorry. Auf Board 12. Alex Bellmont, Maciej Jodutschka. Maciej Jodutschka, Alex Bellmont auf Board 12. Board 14. Felix Schierz, Mark Bissel. Mark Bissel, Felix Schierz auf Board 14. Board 15. Sandro Icki, Rocco Bucciniki. Rocco Bucciniki, Sandro Icki auf Board 15. Schreiber Marco Maller.
Stefan ist näher. First leg is Stefan to throw first. Game on. $100. $60. 180. 180. 26. 60. 81. 60. Stefan, you require 114. Game short in the first leg, Stefan Hechler. Second leg is Sven to for first. Game on. $100. 45. 100. 60. 180.
'As we can pick up there from a Sven Geiger 180. A good time to join.
60. Sven, you require
Apologies for missing the first leg
121.
of this encounter here between Stefan Hackler and Sven Geiger. Really high quality contest. First leg and a half here.
54.
Very interesting set of flights that Sven Geiger's using. If anyone knows the reason behind those pink flights, maybe it's a message to his daughter or partner,
40.
who knows? But if
Sven,
anyone
you
does know,
require
please let me
67.
know in the comments. So Sven Geiger on 67 after 12. That 180 taking a mighty chunk out of his score.
Game short in the
To leave
second
double
leg.
eights.
Sven Geiger.
2-dart combo to finish. 14
Third
dart
leg
from
is
Sven
Stefan
Geiger to
throw
hold through.
first. Game on.
Very good leg of darts. Levels up the game at one apiece.
$135.
It starts nicely with the 135. The more experienced man, you'd say, in the SDC out of the two, Stefan Hackler. Although I think on first impressions of the throws, Sven Geiger may have that touch more quality, but I'm sure it's bound to be a tight one. As all games at this last 16
85.
stage, you would hope would be. Stefan Bellmont Mikkelflugiger is a game that catches the eye. In the second leg there, currently 1-0 to the advantage of
180.
Stefan Bellmont. An opening hold there. Mikkelflugiger started very brightly on his own throw, leaving 101 after 12.
100.
Good quality game in prospect there by the looks of things. We've got Lucas Dahlmann, obviously coming through that last leg decider against Daniel van Olmen. Setting up an encounter with Marcel Walpen. Not the draw you really want to run
90.
into, is it, after a last leg decider in the last 32? Now plays Marcel Walpen in the last 16. It's all square at one apiece. in that game on board 2.
100.
On board
Stefan,
1
you
here.
require 96.
Stefan Hackler, 96 after 9 darts. Both players ruthlessly holding throw so far. Looks like Hackler going to extend his advantage on double 9.
87.
Goes inside. Ooh, when he's got time to play with, it's not where you want to be. Sven Geiger still on 216. Only really 2 trebles would hurt Hackler here. Checks his score, make sure he's leaving a finish.
60. Stefan,
Can't
you
find a
require
treble.
9.
So Hackler should get 6 more darts, you'd think, from single double combo. Here it is, double 4. Inside. Wouldn't want to go inside again now. Has
7.
gone inside again on all
Sven,
his
you
doubles.
require 156.
So we'll be coming back for the madhouse. Not a spot you want to be in. As I say, after leaving 96 after 9, Sven Geiger's got a real opportunity now. And that's a great way to start. Another one alongside. Oh, perfect. Double 18. Some extra composure here.
Game short in the third
Oh,
leg.
bends it.
Sven Geiger.
Well, I didn't think he had the rhythm on the
Sven
second
to
dart.
throw
I
first.
certainly didn't think he had the rhythm on the
Game
third
on.
dart. But that's an outrageous check out from Sven Geiger. Stefan Hackler will be kicking himself in the 6 darts at double. Geiger pops 156. Beautiful check out. Averaging 100 after 3 legs. Yeah, some quality performance we've seen so far from Sven Geiger.
41.
Let's have a look. So Sven Geiger yet to drop a leg today.
100.
Came through his group stage games all 3-0 against Alexander Zvanovic, Lugino Gasparino, and Manuel Mayer. And then in the last 32, he got the better of Dominic Flicci. Flicci only averaging 54 in that game.
100.
Stefan Hackler proving much tougher opposition in this one. Bit of a mixed bag, you'd say. Sven Geiger's performances in the group stage. A couple of averages.
100.
One in the mid-70s, but then one in the low 50s as well. So obviously can miss his darts at double. Obviously to be averaging that low. Because certainly what I've seen from his scoring quality is he doesn't stray
60.
left and right all that frequently. He hits a lot of 60s, a lot of tons. Must have had double trouble in a couple of those legs in the group stages, but as we've seen, no double trouble on the 156.
55.
2-1 to the good so far.
$100.
Nicely poised like this on the Geiger throw. Hackler will be looking to break straight back, get himself back into the game. 3-1 down, you've got a bit of a mountain to climb.
85.
Speaking of people with a mountain to climb, Sandro Egli is 3-0 down to Rocco Fulciniti. Rocco, of course, registered 100 average in his group stage
60.
game yesterday.
Stefan, you
Feeling
require
on fire this weekend.
161.
Marcel Walpen 3-1 up on Lucas Dahlmann. Currently just having a bit too much strength for Lucas Dahlmann there. Almost 20 points between the averages of the two men in that
60.
one.
Sven, you require 100.
Stefan Bellmont currently 2-1 up on Mika Flugiger. A game we thought might be a high quality affair is proving out to be. Mika averaging 83.
60.
Oh, he missed his chances on
Stefan, you require
double 12 and double
101.
6. Mika Flugiger currently sat on double 3. Not where you want to be against Stefan Bellmont. He's resting on tops, breathing down your neck.
61. Sven, you
Good
require
setup play
80.
there from Hackler. Leaves tops. Sven Geiger on 80. I called no on this checkout earlier for Stefan Bellmont. But Sven Geiger, no one checks 80. Maybe on double 10 they do.
Game short in the
Oh, he
fourth.
does!
Sven Geiger.
Twice today.
Fifth leg is
Ah,
Stefan
the
to
80
throw
checkout
first.
not proving as
Game
impossible
on.
as Matt Travis likes to think.
$60.
Seeing a few comments in on YouTube about that 156 checkout. Brilliant checkout from Sven Geiger. Certainly raised my heart rate. James, I hope you enjoyed it wherever you are.
60.
Mark, I hope you enjoyed that 156 checkout as well. I'm sure you've got something like that in the locker. One day we'll see it. So Sven Geiger in cruise control
60.
here. Three-one up and playing some great darts. Annoyed at a slack 5 there.
125.
But goes straight back in the treble. Really nice throw of Sven Geiger. It's the first time I've seen him on our live stream coverage. But really impressed with the throw. In terms of the players that are at the very top of the SDC, you've maybe got a couple with maybe less orthodox techniques. But Geiger's looks very nice, very textbook. High elbow. Good strong follow through. Yeah, very little that can go wrong in that throw.
100.
As he's proving here, 3-1 up against Stefan Hackler. We've got Graudenz 3-1 up against Stephen Wilkinson. We've also got Stefan Bellmont 3-1 up against Mika
85.
Flugiger. Couple of games that'll require 3 legs on the bounce for the opposition there to get back into it. Certainly can't see Hackler reeling off 3 in a row in this one. But let's see.
40.
It's one the Hackler darts. Geiger will be favourite to win the leg.
87.
And with that, the match. $140 will be the shot here
60.
to leave his favourite double
Definitely
18.
require 164.
So still advantage Geiger.
60. Sven, you require 100.
Just 3 big numbers from Hackler. The disappointment's creeping in, the head shaking's creeping in from Hackler. He knows he's missed those opportunities. Maybe still thinking about those 6 missed on the 156. Here it is again on double 18. Oh, there it is again on double 18. Sven Geiger with 200 plus checkouts. Wraps up a comfortable 4-1 victory over Stefan Hackler. Hackler not too pleased, but Geiger's giving him the runaround there. 4-1 victor and a very steady 89 average. Great performance from him there. As we're coming to the end of the last 16 games, Andy Bless 3-2 up on Sven Gavalt. We'll be looking to wrap it up and avoid a last leg decider there. Mika Flugiger taken 2 legs off Stefan Bellmont so far. Can he get that all-important 3rd and 4th? Potentially life in that one yet. Jochen Graudenz 3-2 up. And in a comfortable position on the Wilkinson throw. Checks 95 in 2 darts. Gobble, gobble. And Graudenz is into the last 8. Rocco Fulciniti 3-1 up on Sandro Egli. 20 points between the 2 men's averages there. So we'll be back for coverage of the last 8 very shortly. Welcome back. Just have a quick preview of what we've seen and what's still yet to come in the last 8 stage of the tournament. I've been solo so far, but now joined by my regular co-commentator, James Wilkinson. He's travelled long and far to be here today, but keeping a close eye on the progress of the darts, I'm sure. So, James, what's your thoughts on what you've seen and what you've followed so far today?
So I've been up in Liverpool for the last two days, so I have been slightly out of the loop, keeping an eye on some of the scores here and there. I did definitely watch that 1-1-2 checkout Bull 12 Bull yesterday.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
I am so gutted I wasn't on commentary for that. That is absolutely unbelievable. SDC awards coming up soon. Moment of the year. It must be up there now.
Well, we were talking previously about what our favourite moments from the last 12 months of SDC were, but that's got to be in the top 3 for me, hasn't it? It's given the context of the game, last leg decider, Bull 12 Bull.
Something's going to beat a Bull 12 Bull checkout the moment of the season. You've got to think that Marcel Walpen against Stefan Bellmont, which is soon to be on our screens, will top it.
Well, we've seen 10 darters this weekend. We've seen 1-2-1 Bull checkouts this weekend. We've had some display of darts already.
Do you think a Matt Travis 89 checkout could be in there for the moment of the season?
A Matt Travis booyah celebration, maybe, yeah.
A one leg
when he wins
one against Cyril Pulvermüller.
When he wins one leg in a first of 4 contest, yeah.
I'm excited. The quarter-final lineup here is by far the best we've had.
Yeah.
Walpen, Bellmont, Geiger, Bless, Graudenz in there.
You're looking down the field and you're just seeing winners all over the place. Lots of previous SDC Tour event winners. Rocco, obviously an event winner. Graudenz, an event winner. Bless, a multiple-time event winner. Bellmont and Walpen. You know, we've got 5 SDC Tour event winners in our last 8 players. And that's not to discredit those who haven't won a tour event. Alex Fellman, Felix Schertz, Sven Geiger, who we've just seen there, comfortably brushed past. Stefan Hackler. Yeah, we've got plenty of close, exciting matchups here. So it looks like it's going to be Stefan Bellmont and Marcel Walpen on our live stream board. What's your prediction on that one, James? How do you see it going? Who's the favourite almost to win that game?
So for me, I look at yesterday. One thing that I was more shocked about was the fact that Marcel Walpen was out in the last 16.
Yeah, he was. A real surprising result.
And I'll tell you what, with the lineup yesterday, I really didn't see Jochen Graudenz going all the way. Has undeniably great talent. But with Jochen Graudenz, I just feel like his level is not the same with Bellmont and Walpen. But he showed me wrong, proved me right. I do think Jochen Graudenz has the potential, and I did notice he wasn't wearing a hat yesterday in the checkout. We've mentioned that before. Struggling to string together a sentence this morning. Rather tired from the round trip, but desperate to come and watch the darts.
I'm sure we'll drag each other along, James. My first few minutes on commentary weren't the most graceful I think we've ever seen, but
I did notice that you missed the cue for the second match there, and you missed the first leg and a half.
Oh dear, I did. You're right. Yeah,
the commentary group chat was popping off a little bit.
It was unavoidable, I have to say. But I'm sorry for all those live viewers on YouTube and those watching on Schaffhausen TV who were confused and disappointed.
Title sponsors this week are obviously Amrita Tantra. Been regular SDC pairings for a long time. Also had My Darts Switzerland as well. Have also been regular title sponsors.
Yep. We have Glory Bomb, of course.
Glory Bomb, yes. How could you forget?
A list of many of the board sponsors they have. What do you think of Bellmont's? What do you think of his outfit today, James?
Blue shirt, quite out there, but everyone knows who he is already. I think he's such a main character in the SDC. Bit of banter going on there between the players and the announcer. What do you reckon was said?
Maybe they're just talking, who's fav in this game? Who's the favourite to win?
Maybe they're saying, I'm glad I'm not playing Matt Travis in the quarter-final here. He's been throwing a mid-50 average recently.
They're both saying to each other, easy draw this, easy draw.
If you guys have any comments or anything you want to add, please do put it in the YouTube comment section. We do our best to keep an eye on it. And Matt does speak some German, so he'll be able to translate.
I'm sure this is the game that the viewers have come to see.
Right.
They don't know yet who's playing. It's Marcel Walpen and Stefan Bellmont in this quarter-final game. First of 4 legs, of course.
Be an interesting one. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, do you want to make a prediction just before the game gets underway?
I'm going to go Stefan Bellmont to win, and he's going to win it 4 legs to 3. I think too much quality.
Deciding leg.
Decider, yeah. I hope so as well. For those of you elite SDC fans will have noticed that David Zing was participating today. And in memory of David Zing, my co-commentator is wearing a headband.
Yeah.
Reason for that?
In memory of David Zing. Obviously, we've been watching on YouTube his forfeit darts quite a lot during the course of the week. David Zing, I think David Zing might have actually topped the leaderboard of forfeit darts. I think I'm right in saying.
He didn't. Someone else overtook him last minute. Someone got 201 points.
Lucas Dalman, maybe? Yeah. We'll
Someone
have,
in the second half.
we'll have to get the videos up. But David Zing's strong performance in the forfeit darts
Looks like we're about to get underway here.
is the reason why I'm thinking of him today.
Does Belly Belmont hit the bull here?
No, he doesn't. He hits the 25.
You're right. He does hit the 25.
Thank you. I've made a couple of very wrong predictions today, James, so I'm looking to put that right in this game. 80 has been checked out twice. Both times I did call that it would not be going, but...
Oh, there we go. You think in pinning that bullseye, Stefan Bellmont got nightmares from Jochen Graudenz?
Do you think Marcel Walpen whispered in his ear? Don't go 12 bullseye, don't
First leg is Stefan to throw first.
Here we are.
Game
Little
on.
embrace between the two men.
Arguably the 2 players that I would like to see represent Switzerland at the World Cup
Yeah,
of Darts.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think this is the best game that you could ask for.
The FDI Twitter is certainly saying that these two are the best players in Switzerland right now. I wouldn't disagree with that comment. As Belmont looks to fill the bed straight out of the box.
140.
Very strong start. They say that FDI shows that these two are the best players
Yeah.
in Switzerland.
Yeah,
is
that's
that
correct.
because David Zing hasn't played enough matches yet?
100.
Good last start from Walpen. Needed early on. Keep with him.
Yeah.
In the first of 4 leg game, these guys will be used to playing slightly longer format darts. So this is going to be quite a tough game for them to get their head around. If you start to lose 2 legs, then that's almost halfway there.
Exactly. Yeah. I wouldn't say either of these two will slow starters in that respect. I don't think they're particularly nervous maybe by this occasion. So I'm not expecting either one of them to really fluff their lines in the opening part of this game. I think, you know, we've seen from the good strong start by both of them that I think they'll hit the ground running, and they'll need to, or they'll get blown away 4-0.
I'm slightly out of the loop, but looking at yesterday's averages for Marcel
83.
Walpen, I was rather disappointed. And even at the group stage ones today, I don't think were too great when you compare to what Alex Fellman was throwing in some absolutely unbelievable averages. As I say that, Marcel
140.
Walpen puts in a ton 40. Shock.
Yeah.
You comments
suppose-
about Andrew Gilding in the
suppose
comment
you-
section.
You comment about Marcel Walpen's performances today. He averaged 90 against Fabian Liemacher in the
60.
group stage. That's a really strong performance against a good young player, Fabian Liemacher there, and beating Lucas Dalman 4-1, averaging 81. Again, that's a good, steady performance from Marcel Walpen.
Oh, the averages are slightly higher today than they were
Yeah,
yesterday.
he's played well today, Walpen.
This is a very tight leg first here on Belmont throw. Belmont, after that 140 start, would have been thinking that he was probably going to have a bit of breathing room,
Yeah.
but not so much.
No.
And Walpen will get a shot at 64 to break the Belmont throw.
65.
Hmm.
Marcel, you require 64.
We're looking at that treble 16 first, won't he? Finds the treble 16. Yeah. 2 darts to double 8, Marcel.
You know.
For an opening leg break. That's not a great mark. Whoa, that's a really wild mark from Walpen. 2 poor darts at 8
Stefan, you
there.
require 60.
Thought we were in Switzerland here, not in your bedroom, Matt. The wild darts.
So, that ever so slightly blocked.
Game short in
What are
the
you talking
first
about,
leg.
Matt?
Belly just
Stefan
shuffles
Bellmont.
over and pops it in.
Second leg is Marcel.
No
to
blockage for
throw
Belmont.
first. Game on.
Mentioning here that a few people are mentioning Gilding against Schindler.
Yeah, Gilding playing extremely well against Martin
60.
Schindler.
What's the score? I'm out of the loop.
6-2 up, James. That's when we checked 5 minutes ago. Of course, Richie Burnett deserves a little mention this weekend as well.
9-4 now to Gilding.
Is it really?
Yes.
100.
Yeah, Richie Burnett beating Peter Wright last night.
Yeah, very true.
Real shock.
I think there's some players that get a lot of the headlines, some players that get very minimal headlines.
41.
Rob Cross sneaking through. No one's really mentioned his name. He's got Gaulas in the quarterfinals. I mean, you're thinking there he's probably going to make a semi-final.
Yep.
And what's gone understated here is that Bellmont has stolen the dart.
Walpen on 400 after 6 darts. We joke about us leaving 400 plus after 6 darts. Well, Marcel Walpen's done it.
When Marcel Walpen leaves 400 after 6 darts, he follows up with a treble 20.
140.
He then scores 400 in his next 9 darts.
Both other games that are currently live at the moment, Felm and Graudenz sat at 1 apiece. Schietz, Pulciniti at 1 apiece. Is Bellmont
60.
about to make this the 3rd game that's sat at 1 apiece?
$60.
Doesn't find a treble there.
Yeah. You'd say for 2 very experienced players. Obviously, Bellmont starts stand up quite tall, as do Marcel Walpen's. Bit reluctant to use the 19s, aren't they?
As you say that,
57.
ooh, 17.
Does have a little look downstairs, but Bellmont's previous 60, first dart low, stayed there. Marcel Walpen, first dart low, stayed there.
Marcel Walpen, I have a little bit more time for when he stays up top because his darts lie quite flat.
120.
Oh, that's really unlucky. That's right out of the treble 20 bed.
Whereas Belmont's don't lay as flat and you can't stack them on top. So
That's a great dart for Bellmont, isn't it? You'd think.
it is
He
indeed.
uses it nicely.
100.
Yeah, Ton applies the
Marcel, you
pressure.
require
Well,
80.
80's gone the last twice. I've predicted it no every time. I'm going to predict it no again this time. It'll just be 1 dart at tops.
60.
Ooh, doesn't find the target.
And you require 84.
Finally, 80 is missed today. Bellmont coming back for 84. We'll be coming back for 2 darts at double 12 now. 1 for double 6. Big moments in the
72.
game.
Marcel,
on the
you
outside
require
wire.
20.
So Walpen missed 2 to break in the first leg. Bellmont's now missed 2 in the second leg. Or a break.
Game short in the second leg. Marcel Walpen.
Doesn't give him any
Third
more
leg,
opportunities.
Stefan to throw first.
Didn't see it going
Game
this
on.
way this early on.
Closes out double 10. So yeah, all 4 games in our quarterfinal stage are currently level, 1 apiece. Between Walpen and Bellmont,
90.
Schietz and Morocco,
Sorry, 51.
Bellmont and Graudenz all sat at 1 apiece.
Man that's gone under the radar, but definitely
83.
shouldn't. Andy Bless.
Andy Bless, yeah. He'll be disappointed with his performance yesterday as well, I think. Obviously only featured in a small number of these SDC Tour events, but in
100.
every one he's got to the final or obviously been the winner. Back-to-back winner, of course, for those weekends at the Swiss Holiday Park.
What's quite good about
To
the
not
Swiss?
feature in the final must have been a disappointment to him.
100.
I was about to say, what's so good about the Swiss darts is that there is such a high standard, and those top few players are all, no one's significantly better than anyone else. So it is a very, very competitive game as we look to see if Bellmont can fill the bed, which he does, and
180.
leaves the big fish. That's one thing we've not seen on stream yet.
We haven't, no.
But if someone's going to do it, the belly might.
94.
Not under an awful lot of
Stefan,
pressure,
you
is he?
require
My belly's rumbling at the thought of a 170 check. Oh. Do Swiss people just hate big fish?
100.
They certainly don't hate big combinations, do they? We've seen plenty today already. 2, of course, from that man Sven Geiger. As Andy Bless cruelly hurts him with a 12-darter in the opening leg.
82.
To go
Stefan,
1-0
you
up on Sven
require
Geiger there.
70.
70 here for Bellmont. Will he go 10s or 18s? Goes for 18s. Target that Marcel Walpen has missed twice.
Game
Double
short
8
in the third
is
leg.
not missed
Stefan
by
Bellmont.
Stefan Bellmont.
Third leg is
2-1
Marcel to
up.
throw first.
And a very
Game
solid
on.
leg of darts there. 14 darts thrown.
Yeah. I'm already thinking in this game, James, where's the Marcel Walpen break coming from here?
97.
Obviously, we'll only have 2 needs the break if he wants to win this game.
He's had darts, remember?
Well,
already.
he has in the opening leg, yeah. Good point. His throw, of course, was also had 2 darts to be broken himself, so
100.
Who'll be the happier of the two men at this point, do you think, James? Still Bellmont with throw, or who do you think's been the better player?
Stefan Bellmont's been the better player. He's an absolutely gun spearsman. 2 darts straight there.
140.
Not quite for his second 180 of the game, but 140 still applies plenty of pressure on Walpen here. What do you think of the board setup today, James? It's an interesting sort of backdrop that we're looking at here on the
45.
on the streaming board. You can see a few friends and family in the background there, but it's a bit different to some of our other sort of big hall venues, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's quite a strange kind of vibe.
Looks like a 2-tier sort of hall, doesn't it? Almost like a
82.
upstairs stage and a downstairs stage. Big boys probably always playing on that upstairs arena. Walpen.
139.
Look downstairs, 139. Yeah, wrestles back a bit of control in this leg.
If he finds a treble here, you'd say Bellmont is in a good position. No treble, and you think Walpen's still favourite for the leg.
On Shangers. Oh no, misses the big number. Misses the big 19.
One thing I will say with Stefan Bellmont is his switch downstairs has not been, as you mentioned earlier, it's not been as strong.
That's a poor out there from Walpen. Even just 3 straight would secure him coming back for 60.
50.
Now coming back for 70. You're only really guaranteed that 1 dart, aren't you? You're just hitting the 2 big numbers, but you'll be disappointed with that setup play. 136.
Oh,
double A.
Stefan Bellmont.
Hit it in the last leg.
Game shot.
Hit it again.
Stefan Bellmont.
Ah, boom.
Fifth leg
There's a
is
reason he's
Stefan
known as the
Bellmont
best
first.
darts player in Switzerland.
Game on.
A 136 checkout to go along with the 70 in the last leg. Clinical finishing. Sign of pure class.
That really wrestles the game away, doesn't it, from Marcel Walpen? How quickly a game can turn. 2 legs to 1 to Bellmont on the Walpen throw.
140.
136 to break.
140 to start with as well.
Now the game's well and truly in Bellmont's hands.
You're Marcel Walpen right now. You're starting to get a little bit shaky.
You are, yeah. You're going to have to break twice in order to win this game.
41.
And starting with 41 isn't going to be cutting any mustard, is it?
I think that could be the game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Bellmont can play with real freedom now.
I think he can indeed.
57.
No trouble there though. So if you think if Walpen
Yeah.
put in 2 trebs here,
Walpen's always got a 180 in the locker. You can never rule him out, but
he always has a 180 in the locker for the first of the game.
Oh.
It is the first. These two know how to play darts. The cello.
timing. What timing. His back's against the wall. He was 200 points down.
100.
180 to get himself right back in it. Still needs a lot of work though. Still needs work in this leg. Really do with another treble here. Ooh.
70.
That deflection was quite
Yeah,
nasty there.
You couldn't quite see where it was landing, but I don't think it was in the big 5 segment.
At least he's put himself in contention here.
Yeah. Just got to hope that Bellmont has a couple of trebleless visits.
44.
And there's the first of a trebleless visit. He's just been into that 5 a little bit too often, hasn't he, this leg? Obviously started 41 and...
Stefan, you require.
I don't long.
No, I don't
I
want
don't
that either from
like-
Walpen,
I get it, but I don't get it. I don't like it.
I'd rather see him go for treble 19 there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if he takes out 160, I'll hold my hands up and say that I've made a huge mistake.
92.
But-
Marcel, you require 100.
Good last start treble there.
Yeah,
Bellmont.
very important last start.
I'll hold my hands up if you get this in. I'll hold my hands up if you get this in.
Game shot in the 5th leg. Marcel
Check
Walpen.
out from Marcel
6th leg
Walpen.
is Marcel to throw
160 to
first.
follow the 136 and the 70. Unbelievable darts. Stefan Bellmont doesn't know where to look. He's
Game on.
thinking, I've played some unbelievable darts here, but not unbelievable enough, Stefan.
What a wry smile, because he's been hit by an absolute freight train there. 160 out from Marcel Walpen. That's why you go 25, Wilco, when you start on 185.
100.
My new MO has just changed.
There's no point leaving 161, is there? He didn't want a ball check out. He wanted a tops check out.
Oh,
And he's gobbled that.
96.
2 ton plus checkouts back to back. Maybe there's life in this game yet. To keep calm and cool, like Walpen has done here. Back to back
60.
tons. Checking out 160. Real sign of quality, isn't it? Oh, my mistake. 60, no trouble.
Stefan Bellmont
Yeah, but-
knows how to apply pressure.
Yeah.
Is he going to put his first 180 of the game?
108.
Of course he
His
is.
second
Oh,
was
it's his
good.
second.
Yeah.
Sorry, third of the game.
Again, timing.
What timing?
These two men have
What
got to play
timing?
here.
140.
Is that 180 or 140? You can't see it there. 140 just. Say Belmont's still a slight favourite
Yeah,
for the legs.
You would. Especially with one big treble here. Goes high and low. I don't think he'll hit a treble here, James.
55.
Oh, goes 15 till he 170.
He's saying
It's
you check
cheeky.
160,
It's
I could
cheeky.
do one more.
It's cheeky.
Marcel
This is very
Walpen.
cheeky.
120.
Wild one there.
Yeah, maybe
Definitely
19's
require
looked like the shot to me, but
170.
I think he was getting trouble 15
Double
till he
15.
double 18.
yeah, I think so.
Oh no, you
Oh,
couldn't.
no.
You couldn't. The first one. Oh, ooh,
Oh.
Belmont.
98.
You're almost getting
Marcel
off your chair
requires
there.
79.
This game of darts has been just absolutely incredible. This is big here.
Both in the 70s after 12 darts. Great first dart from Walpen.
Quite a rogue route
28.
this. Does
Just
lead
making sure.
28.
Yeah, he's just making sure.
Don't like that though, because
Yeah,
he went
19 is
12.
obviously the shot there, but who are we to argue with Marcel Walpen? Didn't like that dart, did he?
51.
Right, smile. Yeah, won't be smiling now.
Stefan, you
Double
require
16, double 12 here for
72.
Belmont. He seems like a very authentic darts player. He is.
Through that with Venom. Big 16 for tops. 1 dart for the match.
32.
Ooh, it's come and gone on the top wire.
Marcel, you require
Those
21.
last two
Yeah,
darts
we'll
at
be back.
14s for Walpen
Yeah, they weren't good darts, were they?
weren't encouraging.
He was shaking his head at the first one. He really didn't like it. That's
Game short in the 6th.
But he'll like that.
Marcel
going to
Walpen.
get first dart in hand.
I predicted a
Seventh and
Belmont
final
last leg
leg.
to
He
start a
certainly
win.
did.
Stefan to go
Well,
first.
here
You
we
heard
are.
it. You heard it in
Game
the comment
on.
section.
Another game nicely tied at 3-3 is Rocco Fulciniti against Felix Schiertz. That's going to a last leg decider as well. Their averages are 10 points lower. But both will be exciting nonetheless.
100.
Belmont kicks us off with a ton.
Did Jochen Graudenz make his way through?
He certainly did. Yeah, Graudenz came through. Comfortable victor. How'd you see this one going, Wilkes? What's your prediction?
I think Belmont will have
60.
too much quality in this last leg. I think he'll be thinking ton,
He will.
ton.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
And he's got the ability to take that 101 out at the end.
He'll just be thinking big trebles.
One big treble and he'll be
Yeah.
happy. Is that in? I think it might be.
I
I
think it might be, yeah.
60.
think that's a ton, but it's hard to see. No, it's
Oh,
just 60.
okay.
He's a slight opening here.
It's Walpen. Readjusts perfectly there.
81.
81. He'll take that after the first wild dart at single one.
You can see Mika Flukiger watching on anxiously in the background as well.
He can. He was obviously defeated by Stefan Bellmont in the last round.
100.
Steady ton again from Belmont.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keeps him just in front.
Another single one from Walpen.
One thing that I have noticed the difference between the two players, have you seen Stefan
78.
Bellmont really stray apart from that one dart single 3? Walpen has had about 6 or 7
Yeah.
wild darts.
Obviously, in the previous leg, he did really well to win it at the back end of the leg, but missed a couple into single 5, didn't he, early on?
Timing is everything.
140.
And a great 140 there from Stefan Bellmont. Leaves him, as I said, 101 after
Yeah.
12 darts. And there's that
His first
stray.
dart in single one again. Oh, Marcel Walpen. All the hard work from 3-1 down. Ah, by the looks of things,
22.
no, you can't see him getting darts in this leg, can you?
require 101.
No, you can't.
260 points away still. While Belmont will look just to tee up. Double 16, yeah.
69.
Does tee up double 16. You really think here a 180 is the only thing that will
Yeah,
cause a bit of pressure?
I mean, he might just want to leave 160 again, just to play on Belmont's mind, maybe. But no, it'd need 2 trebles really for any pressure.
Got one.
Looks like one.
100.
Does leave
Stefan,
160
you
again.
require 32.
Will Belmont have a
That
little
would be
look?
a joke.
Not sure he's looked at Walpen's score.
Game shot.
Doesn't need to
and
look
the
at
match
Walpen's
for
score.
Stefan
Great checkout
Bellmont.
from Stefan Bellmont. An absolutely class game of darts between two good friends. Really happy for Stefan Bellmont because I think he got unlucky yesterday and would like to see him go on all the way today. Lovely character. Unlucky for Marcel Walpen. He'll be disappointed with his weekend.
He will, yeah.
Just a quarterfinal in the last 16.
Sounds a lot like your results of the SDC, not Marcel Walpen's.
It is. Those are my results of the SDC.
But there we are. Disappointing weekend for Walpen, but he'll be back. He'll be back stronger. Great comeback from 3-1 down. I really thought the momentum was all with Marcel Walpen there, but the amount of single ones he hit in that final leg, really uncharacteristic, wasn't it?
It was uncharacteristic. You can see on the screen here, Fulciniti has got 3 darts in hand at double 5 to beat.
Darts have been missed.
Match
darts have been missed from both in this game. Rocco against Felix Schiertz. Let's see. Rocco misses more match darts. So Schiertz for a 24 dart break, potentially. To book a date with Stefan Bellmont in the semi-final. Let's see.
Does the winner of this play Stefan Bellmont? Yeah,
I believe so, James. Yeah, I believe. Oh, Schiertz turns down the opportunity with 3 more darts missed. Can't see Rocco missing another 3, can you?
I can't either.
I know he's on a nasty double 5. Goes first dart. And that confirms our semi-final lineups, which we will bring to you in 10 minutes' time. But it will be Stefan Bellmont against Andy Bless and Jochen Graudenz against Rocco Fulciniti.
Very good.
4 great players, but only one will be the winner.
It's not Rocco against Stefan Bellmont, as you so wrongfully predicted. It's Stefan Bellmont against Andy Bless, a game that I am just so excited to see.
At the mouth for.
Frothing at the mouth is a very good term of expression for how excited I am for this game. Jochen Graudenz against Rocco as well is a game that we've seen so many times in the SDC.
We'll be talking strategy in the back room, James, but what's your early prediction on that one, Bellmont Bless? Leave us with a little word.
Bellmont. I'm Team Bellmont all the way.
You heard it here first. Join us in 10 for coverage of the game. Welcome back. And it is that game we were talking about. Stefan Bellmont versus Andy Bless. It could be a final, but it will just be a semi-final encounter in this SDC Tour Event 16. Really looking forward to this one. Stefan Bellmont having a little go at forfeit darts, is he? Having some left-handed attempts there. Laughable that he's still got a better technique than my commentator James Wilkinson, even throwing left-handed. Maybe trying to imitate the left-handed Andy Bless, who knows? Or maybe pitching for his own go on forfeit darts, which we enjoyed on YouTube this week. So it'll be Stefan Bellmont versus Andy Bless for a place in the final. With the other semi-final game, a regular fixture, Jochen Graudenz versus Rocco Fulciniti. They've had some great encounters in the past. I'm sure today will be another great one. Both players on good form, you'd say. Graudenz, the SDC 15 winner. Rocco having a couple of very steady performances today. We've talked about that ton-plus average in the group stages. Obviously feeling very good in himself as well. So looking forward to both of those games. First of 5, of course, in the semi-finals. We get to enjoy one additional leg, which the quality so rightly justifies. Andy Bless made his way here to the semi-finals by blowing away Sven Geiger in the quarter-finals. 4-0 victory against a very steady player who up to that game hadn't lost a leg all day. My mistake, he lost one leg to Stefan Hackler. But he didn't win a leg against Andy Bless, unbelievably, losing 4-0. So Andy Bless came through Sven Geiger, came through Sven Gavalt in the last 16, beating him 4-2. And then in the last 32, had a comfortable game against Marco Haller, also beat him 4-0. Bellmont's route to this stage. We saw him in a tight game against Hagen Zentz. He was 2-1 down in that one. Hagen Zentz averaging 80 for the most part. But Stefan Bellmont had too much quality in the end. Came through 4-2. Another great game against Mika Flugiger in the last 16 for Stefan Bellmont. Managed to get over the line in that one 4-2 as well. And we just saw in our last game, he beat Marcel Walpen in a last leg decider. 3 difficult games there for Bellmont. 3 players that have all, played to that 75 average and above. So some real stiff competition for Bellmont already today. And this game may be his stiffest task yet. Andy Bless. Give you a quick preview from the bottom half as well. Rocco Fulciniti and Graudenz. So you can just see him picture there. The Cat plus Graudenz. So Graudenz came through Patrick Richard 4-1 in the last 32. Brushed aside Stephen Wilkinson 4-2 in the last 16. And then beat Alex Fellman very comfortably. I think he was 3-0 up in that game. Brushed him aside 4-2 as well. So 3 scorelines of 4-2 for Graudenz. As for Rocco, a little bit more of a mixed bag in terms of close and one-sided games. Walked over Tim Flukiger 4-0 in the last 32. Had too much quality for Sandro Egli as well. 4-1 victory in that one. And then a real tussle with Felix Schiertz. Both having match darts in that one, of course. Rocco just came over the line on double 5. They're missing 4 or 5 to win it. Felix Schiertz will be disappointed. But there are 4 men left in the competition. James Wilkinson's back alongside me. How do you see the 2 games going, James? What's your thoughts?
So I think it's going to be a repeat of yesterday's final between Stefan Bellmont and Jochen Graudenz. Rocco and Andy Bless might say otherwise, but I think that would be the odds-on predictions. I think, do you know what's crazy is we've been discussing like how much quality there is in the tournament this weekend. Arguably the best quarterfinal lineup we've ever had. But one thing to note is we've had no Joel Brighton-Moser this weekend, no Sven Hoffman, no Matthias the Daddy Yost. There are so many players that have been missing.
Yeah. Sven Hoffman, of course, was playing yesterday, just missing today.
He was
But
playing yesterday. He always
absolutely.
plays Saturdays, never Sundays. That's his MO. Thomas Younghan's MO is to not play full stop in the SDC, but we are trying to get him along.
Well, when there's competition like this, you're not guaranteed anything, are you?
No.
You're not guaranteed an easy ride. So,
And just to clarify for everyone watching, anyone is able to enter these tournaments. So any level of darts, any nationality, come along. Good prize money to be won, especially for the big finale. The 18th of May is where we'll see 256 players battle it out for a total of £10,000 prize money. During the day, there will be the SDC Awards hosted by myself and my co-commentator Matt Travis, where you viewers will have your say on who you think is SDC's Fans Player of the Year, along with other awards, where we will also have our first player inducted into the SDC Hall of Fame.
we certainly will. I'm looking forward to that occasion, and I know you are too, James, and I hope anyone who's listening in and regularly tunes into the SDC would want to come along to that event as well and pay respects, play the tournament, and have some fun. I'm going to be controversial, James. I agree with one of your semi-final predictions, but I'm going to call Andy Bless to beat Stefan Bellmont in this live stream game here.
Interesting.
I'm going to call, and I think it'll be one on the scoring power of Andy Bless. Bellmont was very consistent in that game against Marcel Walpen, and in the last leg, he obviously won it by just hitting more big numbers. Walpen crumbled with the amount of big ones and big fives he hit in that last leg.
Are you saying
Andy Bless,
are you saying a 90 average is poor scoring power? Because I must be lost if you think a 92 average is poor scoring power.
Well, in that final leg, Marcel Walpen did lose his scoring power, yes. He had very little scoring power in that final leg.
If Stefan Bellmont averaged 92 and that's poor scoring power, what is your scoring power? You average 45. Is there any scoring power? That's just lacking scoring and power. Mark and Helder, don't be disheartened by our comments there. Your 38 average is very strong still in our hearts.
I may not be able to provide scoring power, James, but I can certainly offer my comments upon it. And Andy Bless certainly has it. Game can't quite recognise game in this circumstance.
So one thing we have missed throughout the whole of the SDC so far is a game in the quarterfinals, semi-final, or final, which has got an average of over 100. We've seen a lot of 90 averages, and we've obviously seen 100 averages in the group stage in its first of three, even one today.
Yep.
Alex Fellman, probably the most ruthless at the 100 average in the group stage. But do we expect to see a 10 plus average from either of these two players now?
Well, it's obviously difficult. The fact it's first to 5, there'll potentially be 8, 9 legs of darts being played in this game. Difficult to maintain that level of darts, because obviously one bad leg on the doubles can affect your average for the rest of the game. I don't think Andy Bless will average over 100 in this game. I think he is more prone of the two to miss batches of doubles. As I've said about his scoring power, I've got no doubt his first 9 average probably will be above that 100 mark.
First leg is
I don't think the game averages will be that high,
game on.
even though I'm wishing for a high quality contest, of course. Here we are, we're getting ready for it. Strap yourselves in. We're ready to go.
57.
Stefan Bellmont throwing first. Kicks us off with just 57.
131.
Andy Bless just nicely there. 2 trebles with his first scoring visit.
140.
Matched by Stefan Bellmont in his second visit.
$96.
You're talking about the switch. Do you think that can have a big impact in the game? Obviously, Andy Bless is probably slightly more ruthless on those 19s.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. We didn't see either player switch.
140.
We might get our first 180 of the game there.
We just clarify on stream that my co-commentator Matt Travis said that Stefan Bellmont's scoring power was weak as he goes back-to-back 140s.
I think Andy Bless will have more scoring power than Stefan Bellmont in this game. Yes, I do. I'll stand by that comment. Week is obviously a
58.
relative term
Stefan,
in
you
that sense,
require
James.
164.
So Belmont
60.
in a fairly comfortable position here on throw. Nice Bless, of course, can hit a couple of trebles. What do you think of the
30.
new look from
Stefan,
Andy
you
Bless?
require
He's obviously had his hair
104.
cut and he's grown a little moustache. What do you think of the appearance of Andy Bless today?
Love the appearance of Andy Bless, but I'd love more a 104 checkout from Stefan
Another
Bellmont.
three-figure combi. Whoa! It's really snatchy hard at tops.
Talking about his scoring power, his doubling last game was so strong.
Might just fill the bed and hope here. In what would be quite an
145.
arrogant display. No. Off to go
Stefan,
for
you
bullseye.
require 20.
So Belmont will return for tens.
Score.
Whoa! Slides it into double
And
15.
you
Another
require
snatchy dart.
41.
Been a few centimetres away with a couple
Yeah,
of darts
he's
there.
missed that by a long way. So Bless returning for 41. This would be some steal in the opening leg.
25.
Oh, can't convert, can't capitalise.
Stefan, you require 20.
So Belmont, his last two darts thrown have been poor.
Came short in the first leg.
The third
Stefan
one
Bellmont.
isn't poor.
Second
Straight
leg
in the middle
is
of double 10.
for first. Game on.
Great dart there from Stefan Bellmont.
Yeah, he must have been thinking about those previous two, mustn't he? Busting it on double 15's a really careless error for someone of his quality.
Especially, yeah,
85.
you're missing out on two darts at double.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Viewership going up to its highest it's been so far today.
Good to see.
Stefan Bellmont treating us to a 180 to celebrate that fact. Of course you are.
108.
No one can be leaving now on the live stream, can they? When Stefan Belmont is on a 9.
He is on a 9, and Andy Bless with a 139.
So
follow
how
up.
will Belmont go? We've seen 5. We've seen 6 perfect darts, I believe.
We've seen 6. We've never seen 7. That's 4.
Ooh, I don't think that's the 5th.
140.
Stefan. Disappointed, to say the least.
Yeah.
But, alas, 181 after 6 darts. You cannot be disappointed with that.
I'm sure he'd take a nice little 10 darter from here. Matching Alex Fellman, of course, with his 10 darter earlier.
10 darter, is that what I missed?
Alex Fellman, yeah. Out on the bullseye as well. Left ball after 9 darts
cheeky.
and went for it.
100.
Remember Dimitri Vandenberg doing that in a major tournament.
But he had his little wry smile. Maybe a little dance after that from Dimitri.
120.
I thought you were talking about Alex
It
Fellman.
would
there. That felt
it would
a
put him in the
little-
mood for dancing. I didn't see the coverage, but I don't think that was on a live stream game.
Ooh,
Okay, goes the ball route.
not a fan of this route at all. I said Stefan Bellmont would be more of a traditional player, but that route is not traditional. That route is just pure grim.
Now almost looks puzzled as to what to go for. He's on
Short
double
in
8.
the second
Oh!
leg. Stefan Bellmont.
I hate
Third
it
leg
when
is
the
Stefan
players
to
make
go
you look
first.
stupid on commentary.
Game on.
Stefan Bellmont knows the route. You went the right way. You pinned it. I'm going to keep quiet.
Yeah, tip your hat off to Stefan Bellmont. Nice little 81 check to break throw there.
So I've come back for the quarterfinals and watched 2 Stefan Belmont games. I've seen him play.
140.
He's won 6 legs. And in those 6 legs, I've seen him check out 70, 136, 81. I've seen Marcel Walpen take out 160.
60.
Seen a handful
If
of
you watched the
180s.
Sven Geiger game, which I know you were on YouTube, you saw the 156 check out from Sven
Yeah,
Geiger.
and the 116 as well
Yeah.
that he won it with.
Yeah.
Oh, another
These players
180.
just love combinations.
180.
Stefan Belly Belmont with another 180. Scoring power. I think he heard your comment about saying Andy Bless has
Maybe he
better
did,
scoring
yeah.
power.
He's wiped
41.
it in my face. As Bless leaves over 400 after 6 darts. That cardinal sin.
Tell you what, if he cleans this up quite quickly, he could put him on over 100 average.
Well, yeah, after that first leg, when they both missed a couple of darts, I
60.
thought, it's out off the table, but...
Andy Bless has not found that
No,
first start
you're
trouble.
right, he hasn't.
Require
He hasn't.
121.
When his first dart's in, he just looks so likely, doesn't he? But, yeah, hasn't. You're right, hasn't found that first dart yet. What do you think of this route, James? Do you like starting 25 on 121?
I
105.
actually, funnily enough, don't mind it when the opponent's not on a double or on a finish.
Well, the
And-
opponent's nowhere near in this case.
yeah, exactly.
Bless is on
91.
400, 300 and throwing darts away.
Stefan, you require 60.
I feel like I'm watching Michael Van Gerwen against Nathan Aspinall. How dominant Belmont's being. He
Mr.
does like
Belmont
double eight.
being Van Gerwen you are
Game
referring to,
shot on the
yes.
third
Yes,
leg,
I'm referring
Stefan
to
Bellmont.
Van Gerwen,
Fourth
Stefan
leg is
Belmont,
Andy to throw
and
first.
Andy Blessed
Game
as
on.
Nathan Aspinall.
I'm sure neither man will mind that comparison.
I think Nathan Aspinall
120.
will be so pleased that he's been compared to Andy Bless.
Nice little two treble there from Andy Bless. Really needs to hold his throw in this leg.
I've mentioned that 100 average. A 15 darter here or less from Stefan Bellmont would secure that 100 average, and the first one we've seen in a semi-final.
Do or die situation for Bless now, isn't it, James? Can't
It
afford to
is.
get broken again here.
It's nice to see that that first dart treble has been
100.
found.
Yeah.
I can't find another. How's the other game going on between Graudenz
60.
and Rocco Fulciniti?
Yeah.
Currently 2-1 to
Ooh.
Graudenz.
Bit of a scrappy leg there by the
60.
looks of things, but currently all with throw in that one.
I was mentioning the point of if Stefan Bellmont hits a 15 darter, it'll be a 100 plus average. I've forgotten that.
Andy
Okay.
Bless can throw 15 darters.
Well, no, I was going to say I've more forgotten that this is a first to 5
100.
game, not a first to 4 game. That's some Matt Travis style commentary there.
You are out of the loop indeed, James.
A bit of fatigue, maybe.
81.
It's a really wild dart. Andy Bless really not happy at that, is he? I was almost about to say it's a Marcel Walpen dart in a final leg.
60. And you require 100.
Bless in control of this one.
Some unbelievable darts here. And it's so great to see Swiss darts on the up like this.
Really do with the treble here to leave tops.
59.
Oh, doesn't find it. So leaves that horrible shot of 80, James.
He
It
does.
won't go, will it?
You say that every time. But every time you've said that.
I'd say
it's gone.
Belmont's now favourite for the leg. Might look at outer ball here, might look at 19s. Goes outer
95.
ball, yeah, okay.
And you require 80.
Yeah, so Andy Bless on 80. Goes tops. Wow,
Game
okay.
shot and
Oh,
flips it.
he got in
Yes.
hand.
Fifth
Oh,
leg is Stefan
I
to
am
throw
absolutely
first.
loving
Game
these
on.
checkouts.
it's a cheeky way of going, but when you've got Andy Bless's spearsmanship, you can do whatever you like.
60.
Belmont just starting 60. Is that the bit of momentum that Andy Bless needs to kickstart his comeback in this game?
135.
Andy Bless is finding that first dart treble now.
It is. Yeah.
I think Stefan Bellmont will be thinking about his last game where he had a strong commanding lead and then got pulled
Well,
back.
he was 3-1 up against Marcel Walpen, correct? Yeah.
100.
And did let Walpen have, those two legs and then obviously take it to a decider.
I don't think he let Walpen have those two legs. That 160 checkout was something quite phenomenal.
57.
You're right. Walpen certainly wrestled it from him then, let's say. But Belmont, steady, bit of a
93.
treble 18.
Needed that
Sign
treble
of a good, confident player, isn't it? The confidence on those switch trebles. That's maybe the difference in
139.
quality between myself and you, James. Just a little bit more composure on those treble 19s, treble 18s, treble 17s.
I think it's just the consistency on the treble 20 as well. And on the doubles. Unbelievable darts.
140.
Important
And you
140 there
require
as well, you'd say.
170.
Andy Bless on the fish. Oh. Won't get any trebles in. Another treble 19 would be handy here, though.
98.
Not quite.
Stefan, you require 100.
Still, it's a very 50-50 leg, isn't it, James?
I would say Stefan Bellmont's still favourite for the leg.
It certainly is now. We'll get one at double 16.
92.
Oof. On the
And
inside
you
wire.
require
We know which route he'll go here.
We
He'll go.
certainly do. 48-24.
Missed it to beat Marcel Walpen, obviously, in the final.
So one dart at tops.
Game shot in the
And
fifth
checks.
leg. Andy Bless.
3 darts at double tops.
Sixth leg is Andy to
Three.
throw first. Game on.
Hits. Double tops. I was getting carried away. But that's a breaker throw. That's an important leg one for Andy Bless. Another combination checkout.
61.
These boys love it, don't they? Speaking of breaks of throw, Graudenz has broken the Rocco throw to go 3-1 up. In the
Behold.
semi-final encounter.
Yes, indeed. And if he holds here, that 4-1 commanding lead is looking very good.
Yeah. Although Rocco's taken the darts in this 5th leg.
He has indeed.
And life in that one.
85.
And life in this one as well. Andy Bless at 3 down. You thought, what's he got in the locker? But quick change of equipment here, maybe.
Quick change of spears for Andy Bless. I'm sure they'll be the same, just a change in flights and stems.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just the flights and stems.
We have put up on the screen for you while you wait, so you can see the scores between Graudenz and Fulciniti.
Yep. Good work, Mark. Always on the ball.
He is. He's always on the ball, just not on the dance board.
On the ball, not on the ball.
Yeah. Very true, very true.
Praise for his life. As we're back underway. Wonder what's been changed, James. Can you see anything obvious that's
85.
different about his setup?
I think it might just be a stem change. It's very hard to spot.
Yeah,
stem
no,
change
it is.
from
Yeah.
there.
Certainly no change in the darts. Certainly no change in those pretty battered flights that he's using.
125.
Yes, indeed. And that's a 2 treble visit for Stefan Bellmont. Puts him in a commanding position on the Bless throw, especially now Bless has not hit a treble.
Yeah, advantage with Belmont again in this leg. That's a great first dart, isn't it?
His first dart has been the difference in this game. First dart's been in there, and when he finds his first dart,
180.
he finds 180s. As proven there, unbelievable. His scoring has been elite.
Third 180 in the game, I think, for Stefan Bellmont there.
Yeah.
95.
Has indeed.
Stefan, you require
Obviously, on the other streaming board, there's been a
111.
few missed darts at double. Rocco looking to come up and clean up 5.
Can we have another combi? Let's see, 19.
I'm
16.
sure this is going to go. Like, I have no doubt that Belmont's going to pin this
Game
because he's
shot
been
into
so
6th leg.
ruthless on those
Stefan
combination
Bellmont.
finishes. That 1-1-1 to
7th
add to
leg
his
is
collection
Stefan
that we've
to
already
4th
seen.
first. Game
Oh,
on.
it's unbelievable darts.
Stefan Bellmont's bucket of combination finishes is overflowing today.
If he was an artist painting combination finishes, his portfolio would be immaculate.
It'd be enormous.
140.
One darts venue couldn't contain the combinations of Stefan Bellmont, as he's now thrown for the match.
85.
Another point I will make is we've seen a few stray ones as well from Andy Bless.
Yeah. I'd say that's always been a feature of Andy Bless's game, though. He has always thrown those single 1, single 5s. It's just the way he
85.
corrects so quickly and so easily into the treble 20, but just hasn't done it enough today.
I think this game and the last game is showing me why I think Stefan Bellmont is the best player in Switzerland.
96.
I just think his level is just that tiny bit better than anyone I've seen.
Hard to disagree with that.
But how can you put that first dart on such a pinhead every time? Unbelievable darts.
140.
Great 140 there from Stefan Bellmont, looking to get that ton plus average.
Does he fancy another 136?
He couldn't check it out
Does he
twice. It's just a bit
painting the
34.
portrait twice? Let's
Stefan, you
see.
require 136.
Jacob Dalman in the background about to get the shot of the action 136.
Ooh. I'm sure he'd like no dramas here. Yeah, just big 16 to set it all up.
96.
Great
Leaving
setup play.
tops after 12. When you're throwing for the match, it's just an impossible standard to break. Maybe he'll fill the bed. His last 3 darts.
Is that going to count as a 140 or a
Sure it will. No, I don't think that's
Stefan,
touching.
you require 40.
Given it.
Awarded. Okay. So Belmont for tops. For the match and for a place in the final. On double 10. Is that a guide?
It
Let's see.
is.
Game.
It's got to
shot
be.
and the
Use
match
it
for Stefan
expertly.
Bellmont.
Stefan Bellmont into his 3rd SDC final in 3 attempts. He's won 1, lost 1 so far. Can he complete the job on either Rocco Fulciniti or Jochen Graudenz? Trav, your thoughts?
Well, it looks as though it's going to be against Jochen Graudenz, doesn't it? It's 3-2 up at the moment, but still life in that game. A really good performance by Belmont there. You talked about 100 average. Belmont may have just touched 100 average by the looks of things on screen.
Yeah, as
We'll
well.
obviously validate that for you, but looks as though he's averaged that 100 mark for that game, and it really felt like it as well, didn't it?
Yeah, I do think like Andy Bless. I think he will be slightly disappointed with himself because obviously that's got slight deflation in the average, because inflation in the average. Sorry, because he didn't have many darts at
A
double.
couple of those legs, he was nowhere near, was he?
No, but 87 average, 88 average. Can you be that disappointed?
I think he'll be disappointed with moments. I think his timing in a couple of moments though was just a little bit poor that let him down. Starting legs with big one, big five, missing opportunities when Bellmont, as silly as it sounds, when Bellmont was only hitting tons, he wasn't riding his coattails far enough. His timing was just that little bit off today. Started a little bit slow, obviously got himself back into the game at 2-2. But yeah, Bellmont then proceeded to blow him away in the final stages there.
Yeah, and looking at the other game going on at the moment, obviously Graudenz was 3-1 up and had 3 darts at double 16, missed 3 darts at double 16, and now he finds himself on the back foot here.
It's all square, and Fortuniti has the darts on the Graudenz throw here.
Does he have the darts? Just about, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say Rocco's now the favourite for the leg and the favourite for the match.
He is indeed. We'll be back shortly to find out who is going to win that game and who is going to play Stefan Bellmont in the final. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to SDC Tour Event 18. Here we have our final between Stefan Bellmont and Jochen Graudenz, a repeat of yesterday's final. Yesterday's final obviously going all the way to the last leg decider, where Jochen Graudenz checked out a very fresh 1-1-2 checkout. Matt.
How can we forget?
Matt,
we forget?
That checkout was seen by a lot of people. Wayne Marlin even commented on it, saying he can't spake.
Yeah, my reaction as well. I couldn't spake when I saw that checkout go in.
I know. Crazy. But here we go. Andy Bless, you're not in the tournament anymore. Why are you throwing darts?
Andy, you lost 5-2. It's still up there, lingering in everyone's mind.
Andy Bless is so used to winning. He's probably like, I'm still playing, right?
No, Andy, no, you're not.
Jochen Graudenz, obviously a German player in the SDC, been one of the faithfuls who have been here from almost the very beginning. I think a very big fan favourite, and I think the fans would love to see him win his 4th title. Am I right in saying? Or is it?
Ooh,
I think it's 4.
Okay, he certainly scooped the prize a couple of times, hasn't he?
I think Marcel Walpen has 5, if I'm not mistaken, and this is for Jochen Graudenz's 4th.
Okay. Rocco having 2 or just the 1 for Rocco?
Rocco has 2. Andy Bless has 2.
Mm-hmm.
Stefan Bellmont has 1. Patrick Ganter has 1.
Yes, don't forget about him.
I know. Sven Hoffman will still be kicking himself over that one. Am I missing any big names that have also won a title? I think that is it.
You're normally very good on this type of trivia, James. I've put you on the spot a little bit here. But...
If I was going into Mastermind, my speciality round would be STC trivia.
I hope you don't come out looking like Monty Panesar after a round on Mastermind. Yet to see the players warming up yet. Sure, they're both just taking it all in. A long weekend of darts. This, of course, being our final game. This is the final. Can I press you for a score prediction, James? We haven't asked this of each other much today, but
I've been beyond impressed with Stefan Bellmont's quality. And I know he lost yesterday in the final. I think it would almost be quite nice to see Bellmont win again. And I think if he plays to that 100 average that he did in the semi-final, I can't see it being any other outcome. Obviously, I think Graudenz is such a big fan favourite, as I mentioned, so I think quite a few people will be wanting Graudenz to win. But let us know in the comments below, who do you want to win this final? Stefan Bellmont or Jochen Graudenz?
Well, you told me previously, James, that you were all about Team Graudenz, that you're a big vocal supporter of Graudenz. I'm also on Team Graudenz for today's game. As I say, Stefan Bellmont has a bigger reputation in darts, has a bigger standing in the game of darts, I'd say. Followed a little bit of Stefan Bellmont's progression through the Live League and the Moda Super League. He's obviously appeared various times in that. There's been times when I haven't been blown away by his performances in those competitions. But you're right, he certainly has taken his game to another level the times we've seen him in the SDC. So I'd like Graudenz just for the nostalgia, just for the fact that Graudenz has been, as you say, a long-established player at the SDC, fan favourite, a regular participant, as much as anything. So my heart is wanting to support Graudenz in this game. But I think Bellmont will have too much quality.
So you're saying heart says Graudenz, head says Bellmont?
Yeah.
Going to be an interesting one.
At the correct value, I could be betting on either player for this game.
Yes, very true. I'll tell you what, now obviously we've got the UK Open on at the moment. Wouldn't you like to see a Swiss Darts Corporation UK Open so you don't know who you're getting in the next round? Everyone will be there like thinking, oh, I really hope I get the Matt Travis ball coming out next to me.
Me and you, James, could be doing the live draw out of the hats, couldn't we? We could...
I'll be heating up Stefan Bellmont's ball so I know who not to draw against myself.
Everyone puts one flight in a basket, maybe, and that's who's drawn against each other.
Interesting. I like the concept. SDC, take notes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 6-3 for Stefan Bellmont.
6-3?
Yeah, that's my score prediction.
I think it's very rare I agree with you, but I am also going to go 6-3.
Really? And I think Belmont will come out of the traps quickly, as he has done in every game we've seen. Him flying out of the traps against Marcel Walpen. I say flying out of the traps. He was constantly flying in the game against Andy Bless. I think Belmont goes 3-0 up, maybe 4-0 up, maybe gets 2 breaks. Graudenz has a little comeback in the middle of the game. And Belmont reasserts towards the end.
Can't get his name out.
I'm still thinking of Marcel Walpen.
So obviously we've been asking some tough questions at the moment, but here's the hardest question of the lot. Really difficult one.
Yeah.
What is more fresh? The 112 checkout or Jochen Graudenz's haircut?
I don't quite know where to look when I'm looking at Jochen Graudenz today. Usually he wears a cap covering his face, very modest in appearance. But
Do you think he's rebranding himself so the big companies can take note of him? Get some more sponsorship deals.
His beard looks fresh, his hair looks fresh.
His arrow.
His darts look fresh. Like his shirt is a new. I don't think I've seen Graudenz wearing that shirt before. I recognise the German trim around the sleeve, but I don't recognise the shirt.
I think he's getting those brand deals ready. Any sponsors out there looking for sponsoring someone? I think Jochen Graudenz has got a spare spot on his shirt.
He certainly looks marketable right now. That's all I'm saying.
I would love to see another bull finish. If he's on 150 and he goes bull, I genuinely think I'd lose it.
Yeah, unusual to see him without the cap. I'm sort of looking at him as though I don't recognise his face. You know. The cap is signature Graudenz for me. Let's see. 2 great players. 2 great styles. Both quite different players, you'd say. It's both very different throws. Stefan Bellmont's that touch more textbook. That touch more established. More repeatable, you might say.
Yeah, very true. Very true. And for those users that don't obviously watch the SDC regularly, this is obviously our 16th tournament.
Is that just a little 170s left in the board there? I think it might have been.
He's just thrown a 170. I'd love to see one of those. No, that's what I was saying. One of the main things is obviously our 16th tournament. And I would like to point out that it's something that we mention all the time. Jochen Graudenz does normally wear a hat. But when he doesn't wear a hat, he always seems to win.
Just wins. Yeah.
I think he's worn the hat in 10 out of 16 tournaments. He has not worn the hat in 6. He's won 4 titles already at the moment, or maybe 3 or 4 titles, and he's got to the final, and every other time he's not worn a hat.
I hope I'm right in saying he's been hatless all day today. I believe he has. I don't know if this is true. We saw him in the backdrop earlier. No hat.
It'd be quite funny almost if he hits the ball here after yesterday's antics.
Well, Graudenz hits the ball. I'm sure it won't be for the last time today.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever seen Jochen Graudenz
First leg is Jochen to throw first.
I saw him take a 1-2-1 out against Walpen in SDC Tour Event 14.
When I think of Graudenz throwing darts, no, I don't think I've ever. I can't recollect him missing the ball.
Why does he not score on the ball?
Well, it was better than that 24, wasn't it? So
I think it's maybe just because he can't hit a 9-dart finish just purely on bullseyes.
100.
Sloppy. Do you think if it was a double-in tournament, it'd start on the bullseye?
I actually think he might, yeah. The Grand Prix of Switzerland.
100.
Great ton there.
Yeah,
to
so for
recover
a
after.
424. Back in the trebs, back in the trebles.
Seen a few famous faces have retweeted and liked the Jochen Graudenz 112 checkout. Wayne Mardle being one, Dan Dawson being another one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Darts Oracle, FDI, some big names.
Well, Graudenz, it'll be tough to go one better than that today, but a 177 in the opening leg, going about it the right way.
Yeah.
He's probably already doing the calculations in his head. 200 left, 4 bullseyes maybe.
Stefan Bellmont here. Go back to the 20s. It looks like a good guide.
Yeah. Both segments look pretty big, don't they? I mean,
174.
Oh, 6 darts, 6 trebles between the 3 of them there. So back with advantage to Bellmont then, you'd say.
Would have said he needed a ton there.
30.
Oh, he's left the fish.
Definitely
Oh,
require
I'm so
130.
disappointed he's left the pitch. Said nobody ever.
So Graudenz leaving 170 after 12. But don't forget, he scored 24 and 30 in this leg. His other 2 visits doing all the bulk of the work.
Whereas Bellmont
50.
going here, league
Okay.
84.
Yeah.
Jochen, you require
What do
170.
you think then, James? Can we?
Oh, that's
Can
such
we?
a good guide as well.
Oh.
98.
Surprised he's not gone
Stefan,
ball to
you
leave tops
require
there. Or tops to
84.
leave ball.
So, important moments already in this. Bellmont will just get 1 dart at the ball. Or treble, or double 11, sorry.
Game shot in the
Fine,
first leg.
double 11.
Stefan
Expert
Bellmont.
combination shooting from Stefan Bellmont.
Second leg is Stefan to throw first.
Yeah.
Game
He's really been on the ball with those combination finishes, hasn't he?
He has indeed, yeah. As I mentioned before, ever since I've turned up, I've only been here for the quarter-final stages onwards, and the combination finishing is absolutely sublime.
He's been ruthless, hasn't he?
Yeah,
57.
beyond ruthless. If there is a term for beyond ruthless, he's been Ryan joicing.
Ryan rejoicing. So an opening dart break
83.
from Stefan Bellmont. In this first to 6 encounter, we go up another leg, of course, for the final. The more legs, the better between these 2 high-quality gents, I say.
180.
Another
SDC.
180.
Another 180.
Is it me, or has Stefan Bellmont's grouping got tighter since we last saw him? I don't think I've ever seen him hit this many
81.
180s.
What's tighter than tight, James? What's wider than white? I don't know. If there's pinheads smaller than this, I don't know. I don't know what they are.
140.
So tight. His darts just group together so nicely as well, don't they? Like
It's almost like there's a magnet.
It reminds me of Michael Smith, the way his darts just like sit sort of on top of each other. Like the points just group together so
95.
closely.
Stefan, you require
Belmont's darts really do kind of
124.
resemble that entrance to the board of someone like Michael Smith.
His first dart has been there at the moment. Obviously, he doesn't choose to go 14 ball because there's no need to. I think.
No,
Do you think it was Jochen Graudenz? He would have gone 14 ball. Bit more of a showman.
probably just needs it for the confidence. I mean, as I say, Belmont's come flying out of the
65.
traps. Graudenz
Stefan, you require 32.
had some good scoring visits, but just hasn't been consistent enough, has he, in the
Shot
opening,
in the second
opening
leg. Stefan
exchanges?
Bellmont.
Great check out there from Bellmont.
Third leg,
Clinical.
Stefan to
2-0
throw
up,
first.
yeah.
Game
15
on.
and a 13.
Yeah.
Such poor standard of darts, eh?
Only averaging 107 after 2 legs.
I watched this and I cannot understand how Switzerland have not had someone have a tour card before.
60.
Because I look at the standard of Stefan Bellmont,
Yeah.
Marcel Walpen, obviously Jochen Graudenz is German, but Andy Bless, they're just elite players.
And, another thing, they're all gents in their late 20s, 30s. They're not young players,
60.
are they? They're not breakthrough players. Stefan Bellmont's been around for a long period of time. Andy Bless has been around for 10 years. He's been playing at a good level of darts for a long period of time.
139.
Almost the second 177 of the game.
It goes to show that improvement can still happen, can't it?
Yeah, and do you
In
know what it
that
is?
later stages of your career. Well, I don't want to call them old, but in the middle stages of their career, let's say.
Very true. Another
60.
thing as well, I think they're all such nice people as well. Do you think they lack that ruthless side that you get with someone like Go and Price or MVG?
Can we have a fill of the bed on the 18s? Yes, we
We
can.
can, yeah. 162 to leave 140. The Rob Cross.
Will he go 18s from 140, James, you think?
No, he won't. I think he'll go treble 20, tops.
Okay.
134.
And I think we will not get to witness it because I
Jochen, you
don't think
require
the first one will be in the treble
110.
20.
A little bit of pressure from Bellmont there.
It is in there.
Will he go tops? You called it.
He does go tops.
Game shot.
He
in the
finds
first leg.
tops.
Jochen
That's a
Graudenz.
140
Fourth leg
checker.
is Stefan to throw first. Game
Yes,
on.
it is a 140 checker.
You can celebrate.
Unbelievable, yeah. And I called it as well. Treble 20 tops. Oh, I don't know what's better, my commentating or Jochen Graudenz is finishing.
60.
For the second time, we see a tops combination. We saw Andy Bless on 80 go tops. We see Jochen Graudenz just chuck a treble 20 in there as well.
I think the finishing that we've seen in this
140.
tournament is the best that we've seen in the SDC. Full stop.
I can't remember a leg that didn't have a big combination as part of it.
Yeah.
Almost every leg is finishing on big combis.
I know, it's
57.
crazy. And I think we put together a little combination of Jochen Graudenz' highlights. You got the 112,
Yeah.
bull 12 bull,
Yeah.
the 108 bull 8 bull, 140 treble 20
100.
tops.
You could fill 180s for days, of course. Big, ruthless 180 hitter, as both of these players are.
I can't believe that. What we've just seen. I thought the 160.
You were
Four.
talking yourself out of it. I don't think he'll hit the first treble 20. Give over, James. And Graudenz in a great position to break through here.
Will he go 11?
81.
Ooh.
Just a little slip.
Wanted him to leave the fish there.
But still, 120 points ahead on the Bellmont darts. With the treble at here.
140.
Good find.
That's that grouping we're talking
yeah,
about.
Yeah, very tight.
We've already seen the 160 today.
That looks a great guide to just stack on top of. Ooh, throws it left.
50.
Ooh, throws it even further left.
Require
Okay.
160.
We've not,
130.
we've not seen a big fish, but we also haven't seen a little fish. Could he check the little fish? Will he not get a shot at the little fish? Oh, he will get a shot at the little fish.
100.
Would you like to make a prediction for this one, James?
130.
He gets a dart at the bull,
Okay.
and you know what I say? Jochen Graudenz does not miss bull.
How
Always
about-
gets
how
double
about double
five.
five? Yeah.
Yeah, double five.
Two massive combis back to back. Feels himself for this one.
Look at the angle.
He
they've
looks
got us on
focused
board.
here. Like, I think this goes.
125. Stefan, you require 60.
It's a well thrown dart, is it? It's
No, it's not
I
really.
think it's a little bit too much tension in the arm there. Just a little bit too much. I don't know. Adrenaline, maybe, just that he couldn't control. Ooh,
Double
tricky
19.
now. Tricky now. The lesser spotted double 19.
41.
Inside, yeah.
Very
Jochen, you
unlucky.
require 5.
I didn't think I'd be seeing one man on 5 and one man on 19 in this leg, but oh, house one house.
Jochen Graudenz.
No
Oh!
Stefan, you require 19.
He just loved double.
Case of the Frida Lang creeping in there, missing those big fat numbers. Stefan Bellmont, double 8.
Game short in the fourth leg.
No more
Stefan
darting
Bellmont.
hysteria, gets the job
Fifth leg
done.
is
I
Jochen
don't
to
think I've
throw
ever seen
first.
Stefan Bellmont miss
Game
double
on.
8. One thing I was going to
Big
mention in
moments.
that previous leg that I don't know if you noticed. Obviously, on the 140 checkout when he went treble 20
Yeah.
tops, the darts all went into the board at a very similar angle.
84.
That 130, when the two treble 20s went in, one was sat flat, the other one was sat really upright. It was like watching one dart thrown by Phil Taylor and the next one thrown by Michael Smith. I was slightly confused.
And then the double 5, obviously, I suppose, a separate case. I don't think that was a well thrown dart. Maybe the flights just clipped in the air. They were certainly at very extreme parts of the treble 20, weren't they, those two darts?
Yeah. Good start here from Stefan Bellmont with a 140 as well.
Possibly just a little bit of contact in the air that
60.
slowed the entry to the board on the second one.
Very true.
One thing I have noticed about Graudenz, we've obviously watched a lot of him over the last few months, like his darts seem to be lying particularly flat today. I know his darts always lie, quite horizontally in the board, but
100.
it maybe even seems even more pronounced today, maybe in comparison with Bellmont, whose darts stand very tall. But they really do look to be lying, almost below the horizontal there, don't
60.
Yeah, they don't seem to look too different to me. Yeah. The only thing that I don't understand there is when you've got two darts, when you're a stacker,
Yeah.
and the first one sat on top
Yeah.
of the treble 20, I don't like
they? The top wire of the treble 20 as well,
140.
especially as I say about those big flights that he has and that angle of entry, like that just doesn't look a great dart for me to stay there. As he lit two trebles, yeah.
Of course, he does.
Great,
That always
great.
happens.
Thanks.
121.
Thanks, Jochen.
Both players leaving a finish. Easy one for Bellmont, but we'll need to tidy it up now.
Yeah, work to do.
Treble
Wouldn't want to just leave 80 here.
41.
Does just leave 80
Jochen,
here.
you require
Yeah.
157.
Okay. Graudenz, slight favourite, you'd say, maybe. That looks a great guide, doesn't it? Just to stack on top of. And of course, he won't oblige. Yeah, 19s or 20s here.
59.
Okay.
Stefan, you
Liked a
require
bit more than that,
80.
wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Would have liked more.
Will he go top
But he
tops
will,
like Andy
but he
Bless?
will be coming back.
No, he
'Cause
goes
no one checks 80.
treble 20, double 10. Good guide here. He
Yeah.
does like double 10.
Game short in the fifth leg.
Finds the
Stefan
guide.
Bellmont. Sixth
Matt,
leg
you
is
say no one
Stefan
checks
for
80, but we've
first.
seen
Game on.
5 attempts
Four
at 80.
checkouts.
We've had 5 attempts and 4 checkouts.
Mm.
Yeah. I think you're
Today's just a day of combinations. It's not the curse of 80. It's the curse of the combinations.
Everyone knows about the curse of Ross Smith. Obviously, 5 years without a
60.
9-dot finish in the Euro Tour. Have you heard of the curse of 80?
So what does Graudenz need to do to get back into this game, James?
81.
How does Graudenz muster some kind of comeback?
Hit trebles, hit doubles. That's what he needs to do. Just a lot easier said than done. I think you were thinking there after he went
100.
treble 20 on the 130 that he was gonna get it back to 2-all.
Yeah.
Now sitting at 4-1 down, it's looking a mountain to climb.
There's another dart that we're talking about for
60.
not being conducive to finding the treble 20. We've talked about this before with Graudenz. But yeah, a real obvious example there again.
134.
Brilliant cover from Bellmont.
Talking about Belmont's cover shooting in earlier games, that's
Yeah.
much better.
His treble 18 hitting, his treble 19 hitting today has been, spectacular. Good find over the top lap from Graudenz. Good to see a few players there still watching on
Yeah,
in the background. Andy Bless, of course.
Bless, Jacob Dowman, Lucas Dowman. Is that as
37.
well the man who hit the 156 earlier?
Certainly was, yeah. Sven in the background there.
Not Hoffman, of course. Not with us today.
137.
137 from
Stefan
Graudenz. Keeping Bellmont honest in this leg.
142 and a 170 fish, but no check of the 170 fish.
96. Jochen,
Is
you
that a
require
treble?
Does he find the last out treble? He
142.
does, yeah, important.
Yeah.
Go on, Graudenz, treat us. Bull double 16. Oh, he stays there.
Double
Okay.
11 for a 142.
Short
Oh!
is 6th leg. Jochen Graudenz.
Graudenz.
7th leg is Jochen
142 and a
Puffer
140. 140 is
Game
not
on.
enough.
I asked you, how does he come back into this game, James? Maybe it's a little piece of magic like a 142.
I don't understand how a player of Grounds' quality can jack out 140 and 142, but then can't even get a double when he's on 5. Yeah.
80.
Ah, darts is a silly game sometimes.
I know. It is
It makes
indeed.
the good look bad and the bad look ugly.
We've obviously had a 140 and a
140.
142 check out. Could we have a 141 on the back of 6 perfect darts, please? I love how Mark is already sat in the back room zooming in on the treble 20, expecting it to be hit.
I think we can get that camera zoomed in a little bit tighter, don't you?
Yeah.
We're not watching Frida Lang play darts.
Reed Lang is ruthless on the treble 20s nowadays. Ruthless.
60.
You just know he's not as ruthless on the single 13-8 combination. I do remember that game against Lucas Dowman. I was about to say his performances yesterday were something to behold. 370 averages.
Lucas Dowman.
No, Frida Lang.
Frida Lang
60.
played very well today as well, James. Yeah.
Did he? Yeah, and not surprised.
Yeah, came through a couple of last leg deciders. Frida holding his composure in those.
I think he's one of the most improved players on tour at the moment.
We talked about the award ceremony
95.
later. Could be in contention for one. Let's see. So Graudenz, after he breaks the Bellmont darts, might be just handing them right back here.
41.
Needs that last dart to be in a treble, but I don't think it is. No, it's not. He's 70 points behind. Looks to be a great guide to find treble
60.
20. Doesn't? Okay. Still in the balance here.
A 105, a 140.
Real kind of crucial moment, you'd say here. It's from 5-2. The game's over, isn't it? The door's
41.
basically shut in your
Stefan,
face
you
at that
require
point.
146.
I agree. I think the spray darts is what's been the difference again here. We talked about it with Andy Bless. And it's just as I said, I don't really see. I was about to say, I don't really see Stefan Bellmont missing big numbers, and he does.
Yeah, so 6 slightly sloppy darts from Stefan Bellmont here.
Maybe he could have gone
Two
out to
trebles
goal.
from Graudenz, and there's certainly pressure. You certainly feel that.
60. Stefan, you require
No, Graudenz can't find a treble again. 3 trebleless visits in a row for Graudenz. Bellmont 102. Will he take the bull shot here? I think he probably will. Yeah, bull for double 16. For another ton plus check out.
Short
Oh,
is
it's
7
another
legs,
ton
Stefan
plus check out.
8 legs.
This is
Oh,
a treat.
Goodness me.
Game on.
This is a treat.
You name it, and they can check it. That seems the order of the day.
We've had 102, 140, 142, 160, 156, 116, 70, 80, 80, 80, 80.
111.
140.
The 130 effort from Graudenz, missing the double five. There's so many more. Some combination finishing. That'll be my memory of SDC Tour Event 16. I don't know about you,
125.
James.
Combination finishing, yeah. Each SDC.
Belmont brilliance. Yeah, and check out Composure, maybe.
SDC Tour Event 15 will obviously be remembered for the 112 check out.
Yeah, it will, yeah.
They've all got a bit of fever now.
It's been a great weekend of darts. And what looks like a final leg of this contest.
96.
We thought Stefan Bellmont's quality might have been too much. I think of the 7 legs we've seen here, it has proved the case, hasn't it?
45.
It has indeed, yes.
Great to see 100 people on our live YouTube stream right now. Thanks for all of those watching along today. Hope you've been
41.
enthralled and as entertained by some of the scoring and the combination shooting that we have.
Stefan Bellmont has 6 darts at 176 to take SDC Tour Event 16 title.
100.
Is that a last dart treble to leave 76? It is indeed. I do think if he finds that treble 20, he's been so ruthless on double 8.
You'd be foolish if you're a betting man to bet against this going. You'd be foolish.
If you pick
Stefan
one person in the whole
76.
tournament to pick and one double, it would be Stefan Bellmont on double 8. Leaves double 8. Will he find double 8?
Ooh, that full blow.
It was never in doubt in my mind.
And the
Double 8
match
pin.
for Stefan Bellmont.
And Stefan Bellmont shows today that he is the best player in Switzerland. Unbelievable darts from Stefan Bellmont. Smiling along. And I hope you're all smiling at home at that one. Great game of darts. Jochen Graudenz can be so proud of his darts over the weekend, but just came up just short. Any final thoughts, Trav?
That was a great performance from Stefan Bellmont. We've obviously seen his last 3 games now on the live streaming board. And he's just gone from strength to strength, hasn't he? He's just maintained a real good quality of darts all day. His grouping around the treble 20 has been ruthless. His combination finishing has been the best I've seen from an SDC player. The rightful winner of today's event, Stefan Bellmont, for me.
Would you say that's the best SDC final you've seen so far? Obviously seeing 140, 142, 102.
In terms of just raw quality, we obviously only saw 8 legs of darts in that final. It wasn't. You maybe felt Graudenz could get back into the game after that 140 check out, but it felt like one-way traffic from Bellmont that final. So it's obviously up there as a great final. Bellmont's averaged 91 and played really well with some great combination finishes. But no, probably not the close tussle that you really want to see to cap off your final. But a great game nonetheless.
Was a great game and really happy for Stefan Bellmont. I really hope he can use these SDC Tour events to really push on and get a good
accelerate his career. Yeah, he's obviously going in the right direction. You know, we've seen these last 3 games where he's produced a brilliant standard of darts that could rival anyone in the world, really.
Exactly. I mean, obviously we've had 16 SDC events so far this season, 2 more to come, and then the big season finale. I do hope that I do not get drawn in Stefan Bellmont's group in the season finale, but let's see how it goes. I hope you all enjoyed today. And we look forward to seeing you again next time. I think the next tournament is 15th and 16th of April, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So we'll be back commentating again. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you then.